Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Zachary's Kitchen. One of my viewers recently asked me to give them a recipe, something easy that you can make at home, something good, nutritious. So I thought about something like a chili, especially in this time of cool weather. First thing I like to do is go to the local grocery store and gather all the items I need, and I will provide a list right now in the video. Second thing off I like to do is I like to get my big pan and get the stove started going on a medium to medium high heat. So the first action we're going to take is getting our meat ready. So I'm going to lay down a little bit of olive oil in our pot here. And what meat I'm using today is just the good old-fashioned 85-15 Kroger brand turkey. It's a really good lean meat. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this bad boy up. And I'm going to let that get a little warm. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my cutting board here. And I'm going to chop up some of the items that are going into the chili. First item I'm going to throw in here is a white onion. Like white onion, it's a good onion. I don't think you would want to put red onion in a chili. I mean, yellow onion, white onion, one of those two, but red onion I think isn't what you're going for in this situation. So I'll usually peel off that first layer that you don't want. Not good. It's either a little crusty, a little soft. So what I'll do, I'll probably do half of the onion since I'm making such a big amount, and I'll just finally dice it up. So this also gives you time for your pan to warm up, and I usually like to throw this stuff in there first too to get this cooking anyways. So we have our onion all diced. I'm going to throw that in there. You always miss a few pieces. You just cut the rest of those up real quick. No matter what you're cooking, if you throw an onion in there, I'm sure it's going to give it some really good extra flavor. Next thing I'm going to throw in there is a green bell pepper. I don't do the full pepper. I usually do about a half or to a 3/4. Same thing. Just cut it into sections and dice it up real nice. I don't like to have too much of a big chunk just because I feel like it throws off the texture of the chili. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing you want to focus on in the chili is your meat and your beans. So I'm going to dice these up real fine. And I want you to start thinking, having the mindset of what's next, Because one of the biggest things in cooking and preparing your food is time management. You could really mess yourself up if you aren't in the correct mindset of how you want your food to be prepared, how much time it takes to do this cutting up. If you're a beginner, like you may be watching this video at home, you might want to give yourself an extra little bit of time to, because you're maybe not used to be doing this every day, or chopping up these vegetables, or opening up cans with a can opener. Nowadays, you probably have a robot to do that for you, but just be aware of what your weaknesses are when it comes to the kitchen, and don't be afraid to say, hey, I am a beginner. Maybe I need to go chop up some vegetables just for practice, make myself a nice veggie tray, just so I can practice chopping up some veggies. So I have some extra pepper left over. I'm not ashamed about it. So I'm going to let these cook for a second here. It's starting to heat up really nice, get a good scent going. The last item here I have is a jalapeno pepper. This is completely optional. One of the reasons I like it is for taste. The second is I like a little zest, a little spice. Rayanne does not, but she deals with it And that's one great reason why I really love her and appreciate her. She deals with me, puts up with me. So I'm going to dice this up really small. Maybe we'll get to see her at some point in this video. By the way, happy Halloween. She's got her face makeup on still from her Halloween costume from work. Ray?
Just a nose.
Just a nose. But real cute. Real happy. She's really coming along good. She's a pretty good investment, right? She's getting good at doing her Halloween costume. She's really fitting into the Whelan family. So we're getting those good. You don't want to have it too high on your vegetables. You don't want to burn them. You want to get them in a nice simmer to create a nice base. But you still want it hot enough so when you put that turkey in there, it really gives it a good brown right away. And if you notice what I did with this jalapeno, I kind of just cut down the sides. So to not get in the core, which really houses all that heat, I just mostly was aiming for that, the outside, the meat of the vegetable, so that we're not over spicing things up. I mean, if that's something that you like, or if you prefer, go ahead and do that. But in this case, I'm not. The next thing I'm going to do, there's still a little bit of pepper in there with that, a little bit of garlic powder, and if you're watching at home, I always have an extra backup just in case that happens. It's empty. I already prepared this one, opened it up, knowing that I was low on that other one. And we'll go ahead and add a little bit of chili powder. Don't tell Ray, but it's going on there.
What?
And then a little bit of crushed red pepper seed.
Just a little.
Just a little. A little goes a long way. So the next step, I'm going to bring this to you guys. We got that nice and cooking up in there. So just the vegetables are all really getting good, softening up, which is what we want. I'm going to next take my turkey. And I'm going to grab a spatula, a wooden spatula, from the dishwasher. And I'm going to go ahead and just dump my turkey in. All 3 pounds of it. You know, start breaking it up so it can start evenly cooking. And what I'm going to do next is throw this away. And I'm going to actually add in a little more of my garlic powder. And a little bit of pepper. So while that's cooking, I'm going to prepare my extra step I'm taking today. I'll put a little bit of salt in there. You don't want too much salt. I'm using a nice Himalayan pink rock salt. Next step that I'm going to do is something that I've never tried before. And this is another completely optional step. But sometimes when I'm at school, you know, paying attention, I like to think about, you know, what could I do better to spice up my food, or what could I do better to bake a better bread. And today for this chili, I thought about, what if I added bacon? And who doesn't love a good bacon? So what I did, I went to my local Kroger, went up to the local meat counter, and I said, give me some bacon. And he did. I don't like to buy a whole pack because I know I'm not going to use it. So I went up to them and I said, just give me 2 slices of bacon. And let me show you this. That's 2 slices of thick bacon. So that's going to be good. I don't even know if I need all that. I just felt bad actually asking for 1, so that's why I got 2. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands off real quick. Alan, get out of there! Put your butt right in front of the camera, Ray.
Oh.
Hey, oh, Ray!
Can you edit that
I don't think I can.
I didn't know.
So what next we're going to do is I'm going to finally chop up my bacon in the little diced cubes. And if you notice that the bacon last, because I didn't want to get, you know, bacon all over the board before I started cutting up all my vegetables, even though they're all cooking. Just figured that this would probably be the best option here. And I kind of I left this out for a second. If I would have thought about it, I probably would have left it in longer just to leave it cool and harden it up a bit. Because when you're cutting it, if it's soft, this bacon can get tricky to cut. So, going ahead. I just figured this would add a good hickory smoky flavor. Sometimes I even add a liquid smoke into my chili just to give it that flavor. But with this today, I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this bacon. I might just keep it down to one piece, because this is a very big and thick bacon. And I don't want this bacon to be the preeminent flavor. I just want it to be enough that you notice it. And that's the thing. Sometimes the key in life is moderation. So I got my one slice of bacon here. I'm going to throw it in with the turkey, just so that starts to cook. You want to be careful with both these items. You want to make sure both your turkey and your bacon are something that cook fully. Compared to a ground beef. So, while it's cooking up, I can already smell the bacon. And heck, I might even just throw another half piece in. I know I said you don't want to overpower it, but when I'm looking now and seeing the three pounds of turkey in there, I'm like, one slice of bacon versus 3 pounds of turkey isn't too much. And that's something you're going to pick up on the more you cook and the more you do this. You'll see and have an eye and an understanding of what you need and what you don't. And that will come with time. So don't stress right away when you said, wow, I thought you said 1 bacon, now you're saying 1.5. What are the guidelines on that? And I'll say, well, eventually one day I'll write some, but as of for now, it's using your clinical judgment. So we're going to let that start cooking down. And we're going to wait for that to brown up, and we'll be right back. Everybody stay tuned. Cooking as they can be done with your family. We're here with Franklin and Alan, and the beautiful Rayanne.
Hi.
Alan's a little crazy right now, cutting people up. Franklin's more of a cooker, Alan's more of an eater. But our turkey's burning up real nice there, Franklin, wouldn't you say? Thank you, buddy. So our turkey's ground up really nice. During the liberty of that, I went ahead and opened up all the cans I'll be using later on. So what I have now here is 2 chili packets, a mild and original. And I'll go ahead and dump about 3/4 of the contents of each packet into my chili. So you must be asking why, if you had your own spaces earlier, why you added more. This is more of a chili. I could, but this is pre-made, it's easier. They are reduced sodium, which is good. Another thing I'm going to add is a little bit of a root beer. And for flavor, you can use whatever you want, whatever's appropriate for you. You could use any, like a stout beer, if you are allowed to, or a wine if you are allowed to. So what I'm going to do, let this cook down for a second, and let that get all incorporated in there. I'm still cooking it about at a medium to high heat right now, and eventually we're going to lower that. So that's all cooking. I want to break up my turkey too. I don't want too big of a chunk of turkey in there. Let that cook. Let some of that liquid cook off and evaporate off. And the next thing I have here is what I'm going to add. I have a can of Rotel, just mild Rotel. I have a can of red beans. And I guess I should usually get kidney beans, but I got red beans. Those don't look right. I'm really sorry. Right? I usually get kidney beans.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's just a bean.
It's just a bean. And then I got Great Northern bean, which is a whiter bean. Sorry about the bean confusion. And then I get myself a little can of Hunt's tomato sauce, which adds that tomatoey flavor and texture. No extra cans of red kidney beans. So now that this is cooked down good, I'm going to go ahead and about half the can of Rotel. I don't like tomatoes too much, and so I'm not going to put that all in there. clean it out. We had some cat injury from the cats that ran to go take care of. She got a good cut on her leg from Alan. Alan's a little camera shy. But like I said, I don't like a lot of tomatoes or big chunks. You could add more tomato if you like a nice can of diced tomato. But that's not what I like. So now I'm going to let that cook. And I'll just go ahead and add in the beans. It doesn't really matter too much what order or when you add it in with this stuff. I like to add my sauce in a little closer to the end though. It's like the meat and the beans to kind of get that flavor in, and then I'll throw the sauce in eventually. So the beans are all in there. I got the Rotel. I got the flavoring packets. And I'm going to let that cook down a bit. Another reason why I don't add the sauce in right away is because I don't want it to get too liquidy. I like a thicker chili. Like I know I said I don't like the thick meat, the vegetables, but as in the viscosity, I don't like a runny chili. So I let that cook down, let some of the liquid kick off, cook into the chili. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to preheat my oven. One thing I like to have with chili is a side. So I just got some Grand Flaky Lares biscuits. They were 10 for $1, so any amount for $1 of cans. So if you have 2 cans, it'd be $2. So what it says on here is to preheat your oven to 350, and I'm gonna let that start. And another thing, you could always have cornbread. You could have a croissant. You could have a sandwich, grilled cheese, whatever you're in the mood for in the fall. That's either what's up to you. So I'm gonna let this continue to cook. Another option that my family has done is we eat our chili with noodles. And that may be weird to some people who eat chili just plain. But what I like to do is I like to use a good elbow macaroni or a ditalini noodle, and I place my chili on top of that. That just gives it an extra little flavor, soaks up some of the liquid if you like that, and even if you top it off with a nice dollop of sour cream or cheese, it's very good. So this is continuing to cook here. I'm going to turn my water on, and you may think what's next, but that's pretty much it. This is something easy you can get done quick. It's probably been here for 20 minutes, and I have a good dinner ready. You can leave this simmering on the stove when you're waiting for family to get home from work. You have a good amount here. Like I said, I cooked a 3-pound turkey in there. You have leftovers for days. You could have it for dinner now and have it for lunch for the next 2 days. There's other combinations you can use with it. I know sometimes I'll fry up some potatoes on the stove and I'll throw chili on it, like kind of like a fiesta potato at Taco Bell. Sour cream cheese, very good. You can have that with an egg, an omelet. You can really have it with anything. So it's a great meal just to have throughout the week if you're thinking of meal prepping as well. Something very similar I do with this turkey kind of is a stuffed pepper, where I add turkey in and rice, and I'll still cut up some vegetables, throw that all in a pan with some sauce, but I'll use a little bit of different stuff to give me a different taste. Obviously with stuffed peppers it's more of a sweet and spicy, which is this is, but I like, this has beans. Yeah, so while I'm here talking to you guys, please feel free to leave comments, hit the like button and subscribe, and maybe even post a comment like what you want to know next. I know I'm just doing this for a good friend of mine who said he needed some ideas to throw some recipes my way, and here I am throwing a recipe your way. I can bake for you, whatever you want to do. I'm here to help you guys. I want to help you. Maybe you need, maybe you had a question like, hey, can you show me how to, I don't know, what, build something? Can you show me how to build the coffee table you guys built? Sure, I'll make a video for you. Can you show me how you make your loving relationship work? No one's going to make it work like me, because I have the best girl in the world. Shout out to you, Ray. Link in the description. We'll be right back. Everything is finishing up here. So what we have here, if you come over, look over at our stove, we got our chili nice. Just simmering right there in our noodles. So first thing I like to do, put a spoonful of noodles in each of our bowls. If you wanted to come over here a little closer, our nice coffee area was set up by Rayanne. Any tips or questions, styling advice for your home, give her a call. Like I said earlier, if you need help with anything, we are always here to help you, our friends. That's what we enjoy in life, is helping our friends. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to get my spoon, which I don't have one presently available. We just ran the dishwasher. You guys know how that is. Shout out to my fans. I'm going to get my chili. I'm going to take a nice, generous scoop. And I'm going to set a nice big scoop. And just set that there. And that's your bowl of chili. So what I like to do, I'll even come into our refrigerator here. And I'll pull out a nice sharp cheddar, shredded cheese, and a nice sour cream. And I'll top it off. Why doesn't you come join me? Let me grab a spoon here. So, any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to leave a comment like I said earlier. If you have any tips for me even, I would love to hear them. I love how you make your recipes delicious. There's my scoop of sour cream. I'll open up the cheese here. Even any recommendations on a good coffee, I would love to hear it. A little bit of cheese. And there's your bowl of Zachary's chili. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned.